Hello and welcome back everybody to another video of Trials of Mana. Last time we were playing we got the final stone and went and ran through Dragon Maw. Found out that the Crimson Knight was in fact our dad, who was brought back by the Dark Wizard, who was more or less crazy. And now that we have all 8 mana stones, we are going to head back to the Sanctuary of Mana and prepare for the final fight to save the goddess statue. We also took down the Crimson Wizard and made it to Dragon Maw. Anyway, if you like what you see, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment, that, and without further ado, game on. Let's go, Flamey.
We must go to the Mana Goddess. She needs our help.
Finally, I'll get revenge for my father. The Dragon Lord is going down!
Here we go. Wow, look at this place. Shambles. Like, everything is dying. Like, the lifeblood of the planet has just been sucked dry.
No. Sanctuary of Mana.
Curses! It was the Dragon Lord! He's going down!
I am worried for the safety of the Goddess of Mana. Hurry! I pray that she is unharmed.
Now, because we might not be able to use them later. Alright. Game.
Allow me.
Okay, leave it to me.
Let us work together to defeat the enemy. Okay.
Sanctuary! It's destroyed.
Really sad. Gotta save the sanctuary.
I'll take point and leave the rear to you. my money. Don't forget. Gotta get this nuisance out of the way before we can go. Too bad.
This energy is amazing. I feel so powerful. This is my fight. No need to trouble you.
That's what I call power.
Let's work together to defeat the enemy.
Wonder where that one is. Purple.
Next.
Or black.
Too bad.
The mana tree is in danger. But we have to go. We must protect the Tree of Mana at all costs.
Excuse me. Yes, we may.
Who is switching classes? Try to switch your class. You're already the strongest class you can be. Focus on leveling up in order to improve yourself. You can do it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was an enemy. It was a flower. A little jumpy right now.
All right, clear your way. Leave it to me. You must have taken out all the enemies nearby. Watch out!
This is it. Don't think so.
Well fought. The area is clear of threats. We have earned a rest.
Tree. Remember having to go this far last time. Alright, on the other side of the save point.
Gotta get this nuisance out of the way before we can go. Too bad.
Oh, Duran.
bad.
We overpowered the enemy.
Hello, Dragon Lord.
Such a shame. The tree has withered completely, and the goddess of mana is no more.
How could you?
Oh, I see you are becoming weaker and weaker without the Tree of Mana. Understandable that fairies would perish along with the tree since they are born from it. I will now bring havoc and ruin to the world and usher in a new age of darkness with me as the supreme god.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
I won't let you!
Ouch.
No! Fairy!
What a fool! Do you yearn for death that badly? Wait. I remember a fairy that met a similar fate. She was with that silly Prince of Volsena and his useless knight. I was caught unaware by the Golden Knight's foolish attack, and we both fell. It took me so long to regain my strength, but now I am the strongest of the gods. No one alive can surpass me. Behold, this is my true form.
Ah.
This is the final form of your new ruling god. Kneel and pray for a swift demise. You will all be sacrificed to me.
Yeah, let's not say we did.
Why does this hurt?
This ends here and now! Even without the tree or mana power to help us, we will never give up. Not without a fight! Not as long as our hero, the chosen one of the Mana Sword, is here! Without mana, elementals and spirits may disappear from the realm. But you should not lose hope. You will be creating a new world for everyone! Come! You must stand up and fight! The future is in your hands! Whether you can see us or not, we'll be with you always. So keep fighting! You can't lose!
Hoorah!
Pitiful! You have no chance. You cannot win without relying on the strength of the Sword of Mana. It is over for you all. Accept defeat.
Never.
You're wrong! Don't you see? Even without the physical Mana Sword, as long as the Chosen One is here, the sword that lives in all of our hearts, that we call hope, will never disappear!
Silence! I will destroy any sword you wield. You must understand how powerless you are against a supreme god. Now, kneel.
This is it. Our final battle.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go, everyone.
I will not fall!
Here!
No!
Again, just take everything here.
This should do it!
Crush you.
I will not fall!
This is it. Don't think so.
No!
Ow, that hurt.
Here!
Crush you.
That stings.
Ow, I almost
This should do
that
it!
hurt.
Bad one! It's on me. Here!
Crush you.
I will not fall!
Oh my god, sir.
This should do it!
Nothing will remain.
1, 2.
My true strength.
Here it goes. Let's try that again.
No! Allow me
Got you covered.
Conquer! Don't move! Don't move!
Prepare!
That was lame.
This is how it is done in
That
Loretta!
one was on me!
Stay true!
That stings.
Don't think so! Here!
Gonna feel this one. Crosscut.
Crush you.
Oh my goodness.
Allow me to prepare!
Okay.
What are you laughing at, sir?
This.
That one was on me.
Man, I feel a lot better this time.
This should do it.
That hurt.
Here.
Yeah, better than that one.
Cross cut!
Allow me to hold back.
Okay.
What a waste of time. Try again.
Got it.
Well fought.
Bye-bye.
How? A supreme god cannot die?
And if you use your power,
Barry!
Thank you for never giving in to despair. But the tree of mana is dead, and mana has disappeared from the world. I can't exist without mana. We didn't know each other for long, but I treasured our time together. I won't forget any of you.
bye, fairy.
Barry! Don't go!
Please, don't worry about me. You were fighting for everyone's future, including mine. Thanks to your triumph, I will now be reborn as the new goddess of mana.
Wait,
What?
you became the tree? I did not see that one coming.
You see, fairies are like the seeds of the mana tree. Once they find a worthy person, someone with a pure heart that they trust completely, that fairy can become the new tree and goddess of the mana in the world. To bring that mana, the mana we have lost, back into this realm, I must take the tree's place and sleep here in the sanctuary. It may yet take 1,000 years for me to restore all of the mana. But if in 1,000 years your descendants still remember the Tree of Mana, I will awaken. I'm sure I can help them in their hour of need as well. But until I am needed in the future, I will remain here, asleep, quietly protecting the world as this tree. This is where we part. My brave heroes, farewell. May the Sword of Mana, the one that lives in all your hearts, shine on. Forever.
Mana Sword was just a metaphor? The heroes in all of us the entire time. That is awesome. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye! It's you!
Oh, Jessica's
Jessica.
back.
Are you okay?
As you can see,
Hello,
she's doing
Nicola.
fine. Navarro thieves from all around the world have been coming back to the fortress. We should go back too.
Glad Jessica's okay.
Father!
Jessica and Hawkeye.
Yep.
I fear I have been trapped in a nightmare for far too long. I was informed about what happened to Eagle. That is why I intend to honor his memory by bringing his beloved Thief Guild back to its former glory.
Awesome.
Now that mana, as we have known it, no longer exists in this world, the water in this desert will soon dry up. Therefore, our next target is clear. We must steal water and greenery from nature itself. This
Good luck with
desert was once a lush and fertile land. We must find a way to bring back the rain and make it hospitable once again. We cannot let the people here suffer. Not on our watch.
Reese! Elliot! Are you alright? Uh-huh. I'm okay. I am so sorry, Elliot. I should have... You know, I had a really weird dream. I saw Mother and Father, and they looked so happy. And they told me something important. They wanted me to return to Laurent and help you bring prosperity back to the kingdom. They said that I shouldn't keep relying on you for everything. So, I'm gonna try my best. Oh, Elliot. Mother. Elliot and I will work hard to build Laurent back into the peaceful kingdom it once was. Even though this world no longer has mana power, please, continue to watch over my friends and me on our journey. We will do our best in the coming times.
Is this Duran? Yep, Duran's going home.
Big brother! Duran!
Duran, you're back safe and sound.
Hello.
I'm just so glad to see you.
Sorry, over the head.
I'm sorry I made you worry, Wendy. Aunt Stella. It's over now.
You can tell me when you're ready. But you should go to the castle and report back to His Majesty.
Right.
That sounds
Okay.
like quite the adventure. Your journey was difficult,
Please.
but it had to be done. Now is not the time for sadness. Loki is alive inside you all. His soul is freed and with you always. We do not have the goddess of mana to rely on to keep the world in balance anymore. Duran, you and your friends will take up the mantle as the new Golden Knights. Valsena will follow where you lead. The future is yours.
That's a lot of responsibility. Yikes. And here we are back in the Sanctuary of Mana. There's Fairy. Hello, thank you for watching these videos of Trials of Mana. Just beat it. Amazing game, oh my goodness, so good. It was a little clunky at the beginning, but not too bad. It took a little while to get the plot started, but most JRPGs do. But overall, I'd say this game is very worth it. I'm going to give this a 7. It's not the best game I've ever played, but it's not necessarily the worst either. It was a little eh. The story was fantastic. It reminded me a lot of The Legend of Zelda. Except Legend of Zelda, you were one character instead of 3. And you were platforming instead of JRPG stuff. But overall, like, the overall feel I got was The Legend of Zelda. It was literally the exact same idea, except this was Square Enix and not Nintendo, so, you know, whatever. But the idea was the same, you know, go out, save the world, collect stones, save the mana statue, go back out, get some more stones, blah blah blah. Save the statue, final battle against Ganondorf, in this case, some weird dragon king thought he was all that bag of chips, but he wasn't. But anyway, yeah, 7 out of 10, you know, dragons and fantasy and sci-fi and witches and magic and all that fun stuff. And the backstory is very interesting for all the characters. The character and the fact that you got to choose your own 3 characters was nice. I mainly stuck with Hawkeye. You know, I chose Duran as my main character just because he looked cool, but I mainly stuck with Hawkeye. I liked his fighting style a lot. But this game was awesome. Absolutely. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst. I mean, if you like sci-fi, fantasy, role-playing games, this is definitely a game for you. But if not, don't get it. Obviously. So they're showing all the different characters and stuff from the beginning of the game. I could have picked. And 3 that I did pick. The one cool thing that I did like about this game was at the very end, as you saw, the 3 characters I picked, they all went back to their homes and their stories, quote unquote, came to a close. And we stopped the trials of mana, or we stopped the mana stones from being destroyed. And that, and the interesting twist at the end with Fairy turning into the next into the next mana tree. That was something. I did not expect that at all. So I was like, whoa, cool. It kind of threw me for a loop there. But I kind of didn't expect it, but kind of did at the same time, because in order for the balance of the mana tree to be able to do what it has to do, there has to be a tree. So, you know, kind of can't do something with something you don't have. But yeah, overall, fantastic game. No complaints. It had the very good basic JRPG formula. You had your hard hitter, your mage, and the point allocation thing was super fun. But you had your like close range hitter, and then you had your long range hitter, and then you had your mage, and you could like mix it up and point allocate as needed. The bosses were fairly interesting too. Some of them were a lot harder than others. I did like that they got progressively harder. That was always nice. That's a staple for JRPGs, or games in general for that matter. Because if they didn't get any harder, it wouldn't feel like it was much of a challenge. As you saw, that was Hawkeye just there. The one before that was a else. That's Reese. The mage-looking little girl was Charlotte. Oh, speaking of Charlotte. She drove me crazy. There's Prince Elliot. Charlotte's little way she spoke just annoyed me to no end. Mirror's Flammy. And my little turtle, Badu, Visca, or whatever his name is. It was so weird and awesome at the same time. It just blows my mind how many people it takes to be able to make stuff like this. Games in general, like, wow, it is not easy to be able to do stuff like this at all. Is there more? Nope, that's it. Well, I will catch you next time. Until then, this has been Lion of Hyrule. See you later.